ready to go as they get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. He'll check this down to Hines. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Watson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Watson. This will be caught once again by Brown. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here's Rodgers to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Eight yards to go on second down. Here's Wentz to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Wentz finds a seam inside the 40. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And, CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On the give, this is Mack. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jonathan Grenard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's brought down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Out of the gun, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the handoff, it's Mack. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Wentz. This to Hines on the drop-off. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. And he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Shotgun now for Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked off at the 36. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Darius Leonard, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. Runs through the contact. Now Carson fumbles the football. And the Colts pick it up. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Meanwhile, Wentz is thrown into the hands of Pittman here.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On play action, it's Wentz.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Watson. Amendola has it. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there just before halftime.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Watson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle. And they work this out past the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before half for Wentz. Looking deep for Hilton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, Mike. Get that ball. Check. 53. Check. 53. 65.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Wentz.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
Room here to run. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
On play action, Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
To try again after the sack. Wentz, complete to Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Wentz. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Marlon Mack. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here's Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Wentz. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Colts. T.Y. Hilton, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Watson.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, Peanut! Hey, Peanut!
Watson just beating the play clock. And that's complete to Cooks. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Alert flare. Alert flare.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
53's the mark. 59, 59. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Back to throw, Watson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5.
Strip that ball. Mike 9.
Now Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's second and a yard. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And this will go to Carson out wide.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face a third down. Watson now to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This for the lead in the final stages. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down, it's Mack. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. From the 39, Wentz. Able to find Mack. Mack's got the first down and then some. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Back to throw, Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shaq Lawson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Wentz to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Wentz got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Back to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.